Paysafe stock crashes after reporting terrible Q3 results and lowering 2021 guidance. I have shares in Paysafe stock, and I'm quite upset with this move and where this company is going. I thought that this is the future of integrated iGaming payments. We're going to talk about an update on this. This was a SPAC play that was at $10 per share. Now it's trading at $4. We're going to be talking about all of this in this video, so stay tuned. Thank you for clicking on this video. My name is Adam. I talk about stocks, cryptocurrencies, finance, and my investments. Just for full transparency, I picked up a little bit of position, and I think it's time to start averaging down. As you can see, I'm down by 68%, which hurts quite a bit. Thank God that it's only $370 in the red. I only have 40 shares picked up at an average of $13.50. I'm going to be holding my shares for the long run, at least until they break even. But I think that still this move is unwarranted, and this stock is still highly undervalued with reasons that I'm going to explain in this video. But again, nevertheless, a disappointing Q3 results from Paysafe, but just wanted to be fully transparent there. So I'd appreciate a thumbs up and a subscription to my channel if you haven't already, if you enjoy this content. But let's get started. Paysafe reports third quarter results. Their total payment volume was up 31.1 billion, which was an increase of 19%. Revenue was 353 million, which was a decrease of 1% compared to the previous year quarter. And net loss was 147 million compared to a net loss of 38.1 million. So just absolutely just like devastating. And that includes a non-cash impairment charge of 322 million. So part of the reason why there were so much in the red was because of this impairment charge of 322 million, which you have to take into account. So going forward, this should not happen again. I don't think it should. And their adjusted EBITDA also decreased by 1%. And they also, the sad thing is that they had to revise their outlook for the full year of 2021 downwards. So what I might do is just take advantage and buy in the red. I mean, a 40% move, even with this crappy of a Q3 earnings report, I still believe that Paysafe has some sort of market advantage, especially in the iGaming industry, which can only grow, especially in the States, for example, and even Europe. They had a trouble with the regulatory environment in Europe, which led partly to a decrease in their revenue from their wallets and stuff like that. But if you do believe in the future of basically e-finance, like financial technology, that's all going more towards online payments, then I still think that Paysafe is a good stock. And I mean, it's good that their total payment volume increased by 31.1 billion, which was a 19% increase. It's just now their margins fell, right? And especially through that impairment charge was not very nice to Paysafe. So I might wait a couple days before picking up some shares, just apply the 3-day waiting rule. But again, if you believe in picking up stocks on the cheap, I mean, this is down by like 60%, more than 60%. Less than 60% versus its pre-SPAC price. But if you go on just like the yearly chart, it's down by 57%. The highs were like $19, and you would have been down by 78% if you picked it up at near its highs. If you're looking at the max chart, yeah, it was at, again, a $10 price, which was a pre-SPAC deal. A lot of people were hyped. It was Bill Foley Transamine Acquisition Corp or something. It was like BFT, which was a SPAC play before it reverse merged and started trading on the New York Stock Exchange. And yeah, like I said, it's down by like 60% since then, sitting at a market cap of 3.1 billion. So for it to be still doing around 1 billion in revenues per year for a 3 billion market cap, having a price to sales ratio of 3 is incredibly cheap. So, I mean, you could, if you're a contrarian investor, like I like saying, you could just be picking up shares on the cheap right here. And hopefully, I mean, like they're not going under anytime soon. The only thing that I would be worried about that would even decrease Paysafe stock right now is potentially diluting shareholder value by adding more shares to basically take care of their debts that they have, because they did lose over $100 million in the third quarter. But again, without taking risks, you don't have these huge rewards, because imagine you buy all these, like a couple thousand shares at $4 and it goes back up to its SPAC price of $10, you already just doubled your money, more than doubled your money. So that's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, but definitely not really good Q3 results. And again, it's down by 41%. Like who would have thought, you know? So the CEO said, in the third quarter, we reported adjusted EBITDA in line with our expectations, despite softer than expected revenue, reflecting both market and performance challenges within the digital wallet business. While the recent trend will drive an adjusted financial outlook, we continue to see strong momentum across the business. Our position to win in high growth and disruptive markets, including online sports betting and crypto, continues to accelerate, coupled with strong delivery against our cost and technology platform targets. So again, I believe in the online financial services industry as a whole. I believe that there'll be a multi-trillion-dollar market in the foreseeable future. And I like that this is based out of the UK, so it's giving me exposure to your European markets. And I mean, again, although I'm hurting right now, thankfully I only picked up 40 shares, so I could pick up another 40 shares at $4.20, and that's a really cheap price to pick up a SPAC deal that was $10 a share. So what I like is that they're growing in their North American iGaming, and iGaming is huge. Think about DraftKings. In the States, they recently acquired The Score, which is a company that I owned, and that was up by over 100%, and that operates in Canada. Announced, so they had a 50% year-to-date revenue growth in North American iGaming, which is the real industry that I'm excited about for Paysafe. They announced several new and expanded US iGaming partnership, including Fubo Gaming, PlayUp, and Superbook Sports. Continued rollout of USA Digital Wallet, Skrill. Pilot new expanded to 11 iGaming brands. They expanded eCash partnership with Incom, etc. So there is a lot to be excited about. It's not like this is a dying company, despite what that 41% move would say. And I mean, I wouldn't blame anyone who was just kind of like tired and just sold all their shares. Definitely not a good look on the company for reporting such like crappy results. Third quarter net cash from operating activities was $51.6 million, increase of 37% compared to $37.8 million in the prior year. And free cash flow was $70.2 million compared to $58.8 million in the prior year. So this is good. At least they have cash on hand that they can use to basically pay existing debts off. And hopefully they won't need to dilute shareholder value by too much, especially at such a low stock price. But not really good with where they're going right now, and it's kind of tough, but it is what it is. But let's keep moving forward. Let's just take a look at the charts here. Look at the Bollinger Bands, and I just like to verify this just in case you want to try to have shares on the cheap. Basically, what I like to see is look at that move. I mean, let's just take a 1-year candle chart right here. This red candle is right here. I'm not sure if you can see it. Totally outside the lower Bollinger Band off of huge trading volume, 133 million shares trading hands relative to, this looks like under 1 or 2 million shares traded hands. So holy crap. But this this candle is really well below, this is the candle right here, well below the lower Bollinger Band. And expanding Bollinger Bands mean that there's increased volatility, which means that you could have violent swings in the share price for the foreseeable future, basically, because it represents 2 standard deviations above and below the 2-week moving average. So when you see this is what a technical investor, if you're looking at just at the charts, this is when they like to invest. They like to invest when the full candle is outside the lower Bollinger Band. You might want to wait because the stock kind of might just downtrend for a little bit, pick up shares at around, maybe $4, wait till a decrease of 28, 30 cents. But again, I might even pick up some shares right now just because I think a 40% move is way overdone, especially due to that one impairment charge that they had. But let me know what you think down below in the comments and how much you're down in the red off of Paysafe. A lot of people obviously viewing the stock. A lot of people are I'm going to work until 80. Oh, well. I was almost crying, but after a read of a lot of people in the same boat, I feel better. So far, it looks like I'm working till I'm 85. Oh, well. So, yeah. Oh my goodness. I think we'll just have to wait a while before this stock turns around. But this also goes to show that if you're putting money in what you think a sort of relatively risky investment, and a lot of SPAC deals are kind of risky plays, don't put a lot in, right? I just put in 40 shares. That's how much I was willing to spend. It's tough, right? It's tough. So for their forecast, looking to the final months of the year, Paysafe says it sees adjusted earnings in the range of 425 to 435 million, down 60 million from the higher end of its previous forecast, and sales between 1.4 to 1.48 billion. So again, price to sales ratio of like less than 3. That's like pretty cheap, right? If they're doing 1.48 billion in revenue, like that's not bad. But adjusted earnings in 435 million. That's, not terrible. But yeah, so that's going into their guidance. So again, they're still a growing company. It's just that the impairment charges plus their softer sales than they expected, plus the regulation in Europe, not a good look. So 19% year over year Q3 volume growth we've seen already, 2% year over year Q3 revenue growth, excluding the pay later stuff, which was negative 1% reported if you included that, and 5% year over year Q3 revenue growth, excluding pay later and direct marketing. So maybe they need to do something about that to increase their margins there. I'm not really sure, but oh man, yeah, not a good look. So digital wallet performance was weaker than expected. So fundamentals improving with cleaner portfolio as a result of earlier exits, restrictions on networks, saw good indicators of lapping legacy issues, quiet European sports betting activity, expected soft Q3 followed by improvement in Q4, leading transition in digital wallet division. So this was their current expectation right now, and the prior expectation was this here. So yeah, not good at all. But I'm just going to be holding my shares. You can go through their investor presentation right here. And it's nice that they've seen 50% revenue growth, at least in terms of their North American gaming. And in terms of their overall consolidated results, we've seen an increase of 90% in their volume. Revenue, there was a decrease in 1% compared to last quarter of 355 million to 353 million. Gross profit was down by 5% to 208 million. Adjusted EBITDA was also down by 1%. Depreciation and amortization down by 7%. Interest expense was also, which is good because they're paying less interest, was down by 55%, which is good. And net loss was stunning 147 million. So that basically sums it up. Again, I'd appreciate if you check out the links down below in the description to support my channel, for example, to my Patreon. You can also join the channel. There's a button right below the video to say join the channel or like give me a shout out, as well as to check out the Discord group right here. And there's a lot of good talk on the Discord group. But yeah, that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching the video. Sucks that Paysafe is down. Let me know what you're doing about it in the comments below. And cheers, guys. Love you all. And until next time, peace.